Got to figure out if I am actually streaming and audible. So I'm going to go and check this out first. Oh, yeah, let's put me back. Yeah. So here I am streaming. I'm trying to get to YouTube, but apparently internets are not behaving themselves. Go to OpenZiti. Oh, it's not www. That's why. Let's go to live. Let's click on, is it live? Doesn't seem to be live just yet. Let's refresh. Where is the link? Trying to find it. Don't seem to be live on OpenZiti. What about Twitter? I don't want to log in. Twitter. On Twitter on OpenZiti here. Are we live on OpenZiti here? Hey, there we are. Let's see if we have any audio. All right, we do have some audio there. Cool. So now we got to come back over to, I'm doing a new setup here, so bear with me. Just trying to get, there it is. Let's get, there we are. There we are. Let's go back over to our good friends over at Gigo and find Discord. Where is Discord? There you go. All right. So we're going to do a fun little experiment here. And so some backstory, if you aren't familiar, OpenZiti, obviously, I think everybody who's watching this probably knows what OpenZiti is, but we have some new OpenZiti friends over at gigo.dev. Awesome gorilla. Love the gorilla. So Gigo is a learning platform, and I've used it, and you can see I'm logged in even. And they have recently moved over to adopting zero trust and embedding it into their program, their project, their product. So I've been talking with this fellow named Sam out on the Discord and on our discourse, and they've added OpenZiti into the project itself. And so Sam also went above and beyond and made a little experience for OpenZiti. So that's really cool. And so he hit me up like moments ago. Of course, I'm excited and said I'd live stream my experience because I know the first time you watch somebody do a thing, it's really enlightening. So I said, hey, Sam, can I live stream it? And he said, sure. And so here we go. They gave me the URL. It's a challenge. I came here and I saw OpenZiti. First thing I noticed was my logo was a little tiny bit skewed. So that's a little bit not quite right, but that's okay. It's cool, right? Like that's the kind of feedback you expect. Oh, you know what? Let's do floating head Clint. Where do we do floating head Clint? Right there, but no. Yes. All right, cool. So we have small, not quite the right proportion of the OpenZiti logo. Sam says, test, tinker, and play with OpenZiti in this complete OpenZiti playground. Awesome. Let's actually, now you're gonna leave this right here. Awesome. The project has a complete ZDNet running and ready for you to try out. So I see the launch button. I see some discussions in source code. Interesting, source code. I'm the kind of guy who clicks all of the buttons first. So I clicked on source code, OpenZiti Playground. By the time you see this, the ZDNet has already been initialized. Is that true? Is it really already ready to go? Or do I have to click the launch button first? I would think I'd have to click the launch button first. Here are the steps to get started. Bootstrap the identities, open a terminal, and run bash bootstrap.sh. When prompted to accept the certs, enter Y, and for the password, enter password. Launch the server, open another terminal, and run the bash launch server. Launch the client, another terminal, and run bash launch client. Well, let's click launch because I think I need to click that. Create an account. I've logged them. I thought I was logged in. Boop, 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 boop. Profile. Global friends. Let's just throw in all that. Yeah, Olaf. I thought so. Hmm. Okay. Well, let's go back out again and let's log in. Oh, no, I'm not logged in. Okay. Go back again. Click the button. I'm looking for a pop-up somewhere. Wondering if, I'm pretty sure I'm logged into GitHub. Yeah, I'm logged into GitHub. Username, login, no account, GitHub, global, no, about following active chat. It's me, right? Profile. Let's see, I got a message. Okay. I got a message. I can't believe that broke. I can't believe it either. I don't know how to proceed. GitHub. Oh, hey, we do have GitHub. Hi, I see a chat. Hi, Sam. Bam, right there. I see the chat now. Okay. Can I make it past this in some way? I got a chat from Sam, who's helping me with the Gigo. GitHub. Oh, all right. Well, I can fix that. I can just go make myself a new account. How about that? Make a new account. Register. Where's the register? Created account. Yeah. Username. Go with just my last name. And then, you know what? I will do this one. And then, whoop. Create an account. No problem. Since it does offer me a 30-day free trial, I'll just make myself a new account. Bam. Save it. Yep, I've already done this, so I don't see a way to skip that. All right, cool. Well, we're in. We've bypassed the problem. No problem. Let's go back to the link, copy that link, and go here. That is definitely not the link. Where's the link? Copy the Gigo challenge. Copy the message. Oh, I want the message link. I want the actual link. Copy text. Okay. Click the button instead. That's just a user error. All right. Let's go back to launch. Ooh, it's oh, I missed it. There was a little pop-up that told me how long that would take, but I see that pop-up is gone. Oh, I want a loop box. Cool. Pink pulse. Yeah, I'll take that. This fun game, I don't know what the directions are. I haven't figured this one out yet. I figured it's some sort of I gotta like click. Thought I was clicking. Doesn't want to click. I thought. Oh no, I gotta move the arrows. That's what it is. Somehow before I had seen them. Yeah, I had seen them add up to. I still haven't figured out how this works. 8, 8, 16. Kind of getting there. Kind of getting there. I want another 16. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. 16, 4, 8, 16, 32. Okay. Waiting for it to spin up. Playing a fun game. All right, let's go back and read more doc. Oops, that's not what I want. I gotta go click this again. Description. By the time you see this, the ZD.net has already been initialized, ready to go. I don't know if I was supposed to click on that description yet. I don't know if that was allowed. 2048 for the kids. Yes. Poof. Let's pop that on the old screen. I don't know how far I got. What did I get to? 64. I mean, that's going to be good enough, right? All right. Looks like it's almost ready to go. Got a rocket launching pretty soon. I love it. Bootstrap identities. We talked about that. Now you can ping and echo the server. Now you can ping and echo the server from the client and over the ZDNet. Fun fact: you can't use ping over the OpenZiti overlay network. Ping is ICMP, and OpenZiti supports TCP and UDP. So no ping, but you can curl there, and you can do other netcat type stuff, telnet if you would, anything that's TCP or UDP. This one, so I love it. We can show that. Whoop, we can show that message. This one takes a few minutes for the Docker Compose to set up. Yep, it's probably all due to OpenZiti, how slow it is. No, I'm just kidding. It does take a moment to spin up your own network. OpenZiti will actually create an entire PKI for you, a public key infrastructure, and that PKI will be used to create mutual TLS connections. So you will be creating secure connections between componentry. So from, say, an SDK to a router, or from a router to another router, or from your client to the OpenZiti controller. That mutual TLS is all bootstrapped by that PKI. Let's go back and see where we're at. Oh, we're ready for blast off. Fueling the rocket. Oh no, I see. It's stuck right there. Let's see. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to click the description already. And then by the time I see this, I noticed this is what made me want to live stream it, because I was on the overview, and before I clicked launch, I clicked description, and it said by the time I see this, it's already been initialized, but I didn't suspect that that was the case. Let's see, evaluation. Okay, attempts. Oh, will it grade me? Am I going to get it right? That would be great. I would love it if it actually gave me a score. Okay, we're going to have to go back and hope it's not stuck. Let's go back in 2048 here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is the rocket stuck? The simple mode. Let's see. Click the simple. Click the simple to see the progress. Click the simple. Oh, down there. I see. Starting initialization. Oh, my game reset. Auto closes in 11 minutes. No. Oh, that's neat. Port 1280, the default port for OpenZiti. Port 6262. Sorry, the default port for the controller, and port 6262, the default port for the control plane of the controller. The port that the OpenZiti controller will talk to, or the routers will talk to the OpenZiti controller over. Bottom left corner. Oh, yeah. Container compose up. It is taking some time. Oh, hey, looks like we're almost there. VS Code install. All right, I see new ports. 8443, that would be the ZAC port. The ZD administration console. Port 1080. 1080 is the port that routers will connect to other routers over. TCP, not HTTP. Also TCP 6262, not HTTP, and 3022, also TCP, not HTTP. But 1280 is. Oh, interesting. Does it translate from 443 to 1280? Imagine it needs to, right? I'm so impatient. The workspace has to complete to start to access the ports, says Sam. I'm so impatient. All right, let's see. Oh, completed. Nice. I almost clicked the stop button. Let's go back and see if we can get the ZAC now. Very cool. Very, very cool. Here we are with admin and password, I think, right? Look at that. I'll even save that password. Save that forever. Or not. There it goes. All right, so we've got two identities already pre-provisioned. The ZD Edge router, nice. And we have our default login. Nice. All right, let's go back and keep reading. Not this one. Close that tab. And then go to OpenDev space. Sam does keep trying to do his best to help me along the way. I'm just exploring on my own here. Sorry, Sam. All right, cool. VS Code for Go. All right, and then I want a tutorial. That's what I want to be. Welcome back. Run a debug, extensions, testing, streak. Welcome. No, code teacher. Programming chatbot. Oh, nice, nice. Where is, I saw the little tutorial before. How do I get back to it? How do I get back to the little tutorial? I've already opened the dev space. The last time I did the Rust tutorial, I had a little document. I thought I was going to find files over here, like in my open folder or something along those lines. Actually, if I do an ls, do I have any docs in here? Code base, go. Code base, Control Shift P, and select files. File save all. Select files. File something or other. Open folder. I'm not finding it, Sam. Open File Explorer. Open File Explorer. Open File Log. File new file. Huh. Okay. By the time you see this file is using this, yep, bootstrap the identities. Oh, interesting. It's got some, it's like it's got my control held down. Oh, yeah, move that. All right. Ash bootstrap.sh. I can do that. Unable to find the image locally. It's going to go get the ZD CLI. Nice. Hang on one second. I got to tell my boss doing a live stream might be a bit late. All right. And waiting for it to pull. Okay. So trust the certificate authority. Yes. You can add a -y to this command, and it will automatically bypass this particular the dialog. SSWORD. All right. So now it looks like it's made an identity on my behalf called server identity. It's made an identity called client identity. It's made a service called example service. It's made a policy called bind example service and dial example service. Bind meaning server side, being able to bind, dial meaning client side, able to connect to, and then did all that. Yeah. So if I cat bootstrap.sh, I look for, no, not cat. How about VI? Is VI installed? I look for login inside of here. Yeah, right here. If you add a -y to this, okay, then when you log in, you won't get prompted to save those certificates. Pro tip for Sam. All right. And now it says bash launch server. That is not a new terminal. Let's make a Control Shift P new terminal. Create new terminal. Oh, that's how it. Okay, not the biggest. I don't know how. Oh, look at this. I don't remember this. I'm not the biggest VS Code guy, so not so good at navigating. But this is super neat stuff. All right. Oh, look at all this. Excuse me. What's going on in here? Okay. Downloading. It's building Ziti. Is that what it's doing? It's building a sample? Oh, launching server binary. Cool. This initial Go download, it does take a sweet moment. Not sure what you did with the File Explorer last time. Well, this is a brand new account, so actually, poof, let's pop that up here. Sam says, not sure what you did with the File Explorer. It's a brand new account I just barely made. So this is a new user. I don't know where to see my Gigo account in here somewhere. So I don't know. I didn't. I just popped in. Wasn't there. I do remember seeing it last time when I did the Rust tutorial on a different account. All right, cool. New service session. So this is what you see when, oh, that, I wonder if the cache was somehow to blame from my GitHub stuff. I see. And I wonder if it's tainted my little environment. Yeah, I can't find I figured if I open the workspace, it would do it. Open folder, maybe. Shouldn't have done that. Well, there. Gigo tutorial. Oh well. Oh, nice. Just put me back again. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I can't get that. I don't know. Whatever. I'll just use the terminal. I'll just do this. I'll do it the old school way. All right. So now we've got a server running. So now I can run. Okay. Okay. Weird. It's like it's got some. It's like it's got control pressed down. Like, you know, what I should do is I should disable the Braves from Shields. Let's see what happens. Maybe Brave is somehow in the way here. Next thing I'll do is open Dev Tools and see if Dev Tools gives me a hint. Of course, I can't push F12 in there. It's capturing F12. Boop, boop, boop. How do I open Dev Tools without F12? Oh, well. We'll just deal with that. I can just type it. Okay, bash launch clients.sh. So now I'm going to be doing the same thing. Oh, wow, that was very fast. Ping the server with /ping. Ping the server response 200. Okay, very cool. So does that come there? Does it tell me? Tell me. It'd be neat if I see that somebody attached to the server. Or send an echo with /echo. CHO. Oh, I just enter your message. This is my message. I'm loving. Nope, loving it. Cool. Ping. Put sy message. Oh, looks like I captured my backspace. That's pretty neat. Let's see. Anything over here? No. Okay. And then body is this. Oh, did it expect me to send JSON? We can look at what launch client does. And we can see that it's running, not that, client /star. Okay. So if I look in client, there's a main file. Okay. By BI, client, main. Look at what this thing does. And since I am a modestly proficient Go developer, I should be able to understand this. All right. So we come in and we look for a flag with a -I, look for our identities, our strong identity file. So we can actually just take a look at that real quick. See text and images. Sure. No. It didn't copy. All right. Let's try this again. See, maybe. Hey, all right. So if you look at an identity in OpenZiti parlance, is going to be, we have JQ on this thing. Sudo apt install JQ. Yes. Could just open it in VS Code. Oh, actually, that works, doesn't it? I can do code. Oh, I thought that would open VS Code. All right, so let's go back and cat and JQ this, and there we go. And so what you'll see is there is a ZD API. This represents the URL that my OpenZiti client will connect to the controller. You can see ZD controller is the name of the controller I'm connecting to. You can see that's not going to scrolly wheel. The key, this is my private key. I don't mind sharing it with you because it's all in my cool little Gigo environment here. And this private key will be used to authenticate to the OpenZiti overlay. It'll have my certificate, and then it'll have a bunch of certificate authorities, which my client is to trust. And so that was really neat. So I'm going to go back and look at that client code again. Yeah, VI, not CI. Okay, so we do that. We read the file. I'm right here. We create a ZD config, which is the structure that the OpenZiti SDK will require or want you to supply so that it can authenticate. We'll make a new context. Then we make a new HTTP client and we just replace the transport with the ZD transport. So easy. And so, like, that's all your code right there. That's all your ZD code that you've had to make. You've had to do a little bit of boilerplate to read an identity file, a little bit of boilerplate to make some other stuff. And then you make a regular HTTP client and just supply a dial function in your dial context, and off you go. You do whatever you want. And then implement, let's see, I wanted to look at that slash echo to see what it expects. Scans for line, trim some spaces, post Dadami echo. Oh, so is the service name. Notice also, this is interesting. The client is posting to dummy. So that's normally the host name that would be here, right? So if I go in here and I try to ping dummy, yep, no ping. How about curl to https:// right? And that won't work. So let's go back again. We couldn't curl to there, and yet somehow this HTTP client is capable of making an HTTP request to a service named dummy and slash echo. And so there's some HTTP resource out there that is listening to a, a path called slash echo, but it's not listening on the underlay. It's listening exclusively on the OpenZiti overlay. Scroll up to see the comment above ping. Handle ping above ping. Check if the input is compliant. If input, oh, it just wants slash echo. I see. I see. We can run that client again. Doot, 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 doot. I just, was it bash launch client? And then slash echo. Right there. It doesn't want it separated. Let's see, look at the get call for ping. Okay. Do, 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 do. Ping. Is there going to be a get in here? This one, just a slash dummy. Oh, ping the server. We use dummy since it doesn't matter. The ZD service is already oh, I see where I missed it. So it's not using an intercept then. It is dialing a specific service. Comment above. Let me highlight it. Comment above the ping. So begin the loop. No, maybe the next comment above. So nice to see comments in code, right? Like that is definitely not something you see every day. Read the identity file, parse the identity file, create a new ZD context, create HTTP client, little typo, begin the loop for the user to interact with the server, receive input from the user and parse it, trim the content, check if the input is compliant. So if the input is 1 or 2, handle the ping the server. We use dummy since it doesn't matter if the ZD service is already selected above. I gotta go back and find where we're dialing this. Ah, there's the magic right there. So one of the things you'll see often in other ZD examples is when the dial function is called, you get this address. Notice the address is not used. And so when you get the address, you actually get to parse it out. So you can actually parse the address based on you can actually parse the address that the client is dialing and then separate it on colon. And if there is no colon, like port 80 or port 443, you'll get one part. And if there is a port, like, dummy colon 8080, then you'll get two parts, but you can always just take part 0 because regardless of what you do, you'll get at least one part back. And then based on that part, you can dial that particular service. So you could actually change the demo. A next level of the demo would be to change the way that it's dialed so that based on the URL that the the HTTP client dials, you would dial a separate ZD service. But yeah, I mean, that was really cool. I think that's it for now, right? Sam, are we good? Did we see it all? I think we saw it all. Logged response. I mean, what's really neat that, probably aren't, I don't, is SS installed? Uh, I don't know what tool that's that. So what I wanted to show, in fact, what would be neat in the tool is to notice that there are no listening ports for that HTTP server. Cat workspace.yaml. Is it directly down? Yeah. Come on, copy and paste. See cat. Okay, I've catted it. That's neat. Environment, image, controller. Okay. Am I catting this to see what ports are available? Is that why you had me do this? Oh, ask code teacher real quick. Oh, I missed this one. Sorry, let me go back. Let's go back to this one. Ask code teacher real quick how to open the file explorer in VS Code. It should be able to tell you. Oh, nice. Let's try that. New chat. I can't see my files in VS Code. How do I open the file explorer? Files can be opened by clicking on the first icon. Yep. Well, we're gonna. Oh, Control B. Control B. Well, that didn't work. It's weird. It opens my Brave. All right. So I don't have an icon. And Control B opened Brave, then opened. What else did it do? Oh, it's tutorial. Open the Gigo tutorial. Gigo tutorial. Port is selected based on the service you configured outside. Let's see. Oh, hello, Frederick. So the port is selected based on the service you configured on ZD side. So realistically, there are no ports here. Ports are not relevant anymore because we have. Let's go back to the Gigo workspace. There, yeah. Clients and then up in the dial. So because oh, this control zoom didn't work. Yeah, since there is so the way I say it is the HTTP server listens on the overlay. It does not listen on the underlay. And so what that means is there's no actual port, and that's what I was actually trying to show here. So if SS or if netstat were installed, I would run a net. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? I'm sharing my screen, but I mean, I can just show you my screen, right? Like, so if I clear this screen and I run SS minus LNTP, this is what I wanted to run. I wanted to see what ports were listening. You can see on my local machine somewhere I have running the ZAC and I have HTTP working as well. But I don't have a ZD controller installed. I'm not running locally. I think I have Docker. Did I see down? I don't have a Docker. I can make a dir Docker and then CD Docker and then curl. That's what I want. And then curl env and Docker compose up. Well, after this thing starts, when I run ss minus lntp, you'll see that clear. You'll see that I got the ZAC, and now I have port 1280. We saw 1280 before. I have port 6262. We saw that one before too. And then my thing won't start because I've already got some ports in use. But whatever, we don't want to see local. We were looking at Gigo anyway. So yeah, if we look at the server main.go and we look for the word listen inside of here, we'll find somewhere there's a server. So we're creating an HTTP server, and that HTTP server calls serve and uses a listener. So that's what I wanted to find. Listener. Where is that declared? I scrolled right past it, right here. And so that listener listens on the OpenZiti overlay using the ZT context and then listen with options. And so when this HTTP server comes up, there will be no ports. And that's the mind blower here. That's just the most amazing thing as a developer. You can have a server that literally listens to nothing, but is still accessible via normal HTTP type of semantics in our clients, so and that's why is one of the best languages for zero trust, in my opinion. I'm actually writing that blog right now. It's one of the best ones, in my opinion, because the abstractions that Go has in place in the standard library just fit OpenZiti like a glove. C you can do for sure, works pretty well. C sharp definitely works okay. Java has some different mechanisms to get at the thing they call the SSL socket factory. That's the old name, and nowadays I can't remember what the asynchronous with the new IO class is called, but they have another way of doing the same exact thing in Java. Oh, and Python, and the Python SDK actually uses monkey patching. So let's see. Let's put that up here. I tested the same with Python, but there the web server was running on port 8080. So the client used an 8080 intercept. So what we're talking about there is actually each of the SDKs behaves a little bit differently depending on what you're doing and where, and whether or not they support that kind of idiomatic type of access. So in the Golang SDK, for example, if you have an intercept, and let's go back and show you what I mean by the word intercept. I don't know where that is. Intercept. Um, Not intercept. Yeah, intercept v1 should be one of the bootstrappers. What was the bootstrap service? If we vi bootstrap service.sh and look for the word intercept, should be in here. No, we didn't need the button. Of course not. We didn't need to build one because we're doing application embedded zero trust. There is no intercept. Let me find an example. If I run ZT, it's not in there, right? It's going to be in Docker somewhere. Docker exec OpenZiti CLI. Hey, look at that. Okay, so when I run the ZT CLI, I can do an edge, ZT edge create. This is going to be a config. So in OpenZiti, you can create a config, and a config is what we use. I'll bring my tunneler on the screen here real quick. This is what the ZT Desktop Edge for Windows looks like. Oh, I can get this away. Hard to see something from the command on the top. Sorry, I can't embiggen. How do I embiggen this? That is a good point. Oh, I can control plus this. Okay, cool. Minimize this, and then come down here, and let's minimize this. And yes, I'm back. Is that more legible? I hope. Thanks for saying that. Sometimes I forget that my screen's small. So I ran the Docker CLI, the OpenZiti CLI, just to get the help, and then I created a config. A config is what you use when you are defining an intercept, and an intercept is used to declare. Let me see if I can find a good example. Where did I do this recently? I did this recently on. See if I have my temp folder where I've made a config recently. I have not made a config recently. Let's see. Is it over here? That's not it. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll do it with a Zach. What am I thinking? I got the Zach available to me. That's cool. So if I come into configurations and I click the plus and I enter a name, my intercept, and I select the type, intercept v1, You can see I can set the addresses. So this would be, oh my goodness, this will actually create the ZD intercept too. This is so neat. All right, so I can call my dot host name, and then the dial timeout identity is not important. Port, let's do port 80 to 443. Click the add button. TCP and UDP, and then source IP. And so Zach will actually show you the intercept that this is creating. Control Shift P to reset view. Okay. Oh, Control Shift P. That's right. Control Shift P. Up that. Reset view locations. We did it. Thank you, Sam. All right, cool. Sorry for that interlude. This, can I maximize this? I can't maximize that. So let me just go here and make this bigger. What this is a V1 intercept, and it's defining the name of the intercept to be found. And so what's very friendly in the Python world and in the Go world is if you have an intercept defined on your service, then the SDK will actually look at the intercepts defined. And if, remember before when I was looking at Sam's example where he dialed the service, but he dialed the name of the service directly, if you have an intercept like this, you don't need to dial it directly. The SDK will go in and figure out the intercepts dynamically on its own. You would be able to create a config that is an intercept v1 config and then dial the service by just issuing the HTTP request to my.hostname in this example, or whatever .com, whatever you want to put in here, right? And so the Python SDK works with this intercept mindset. You can, I believe, dial them directly, but the example, I believe, out of the gate shows you how to do this with the intercept-based approach. And so I think the Python, if we go to SDK, C Python, SDK Pi, I think. And then the sample, and then HTTP server. And then when you would curl, yes, you curl to python.http.ziti, which doesn't exist. And somewhere along the way, we would have had to have created the intercept for this .ziti. Now, regardless. Okay, cool. The command will dial a ZT endpoint to access Gigo over an intercept. Yep. Let's see. So it says, regardless of which port will be dialed. Oh, so the port is important there too, because the port will be used in the intercept to locate that service. So you could actually have two different services on two different ports with two different intercepts and dial two different services, even though they look like they're the same address. So yes, the port does matter, and it is used to locate that service. So if you didn't have a port, I would imagine it used port 80 or something along those lines. It's been a while since I've played with the Python SDK. Cool. Let's see. Yeah. So I think that's I think that was a pretty good live stream. Everything worked great, Sam. That was fantastic. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. Appreciate you hanging out. If you have any more questions, let me know. I don't want to keep it too long. I don't know what's going on or what people have going. So yeah, we'll call that a stream. Thanks, Gigo. Awesome. Actually, let's pimp some more Gigo. If you haven't tried it, I don't know. Can I search for challenges? OpenZiti. Yeah, nice. If you haven't tried it yet, go sign up for gigo.dev. Cool site, right? Go to OpenZiti Playground, learn about OpenZiti, maybe learn some Rust, maybe learn some Go, maybe have a good time. Yeah, that'll be